In the hospital room, a doctor and a nurse were joking and having fun. The nurse was holding a poison injection. She secretly injected the poison into the patient's IV drip because she wanted to kill the patient. The patient suddenly opened her eyes and saw what the nurse was doing. She was shocked and quickly stopped the drip with her hand. Then she took a pen from the doctor's pocket and picked up a tissue lying nearby. She wrote HELPE.H on the tissue and secretly attached it to the doctor's clothes. The nurse left the room. When the doctor turned around, he saw that the drip was stopped. He was about to turn it back on, but the patient said, "Doctor, please wait. Don't turn on the drip right now. I need some rest." A police officer was standing guard outside and came into the room. The officer asked the doctor, "How is the patient now?" The doctor replied, "She is better than before." As the doctor was leaving, the patient gave a signal with her hand. The police officer looked closely and noticed the tissue attached to the doctor's clothes. The officer quickly removed it and read the message. It said, "The nurse wants to kill me." The officer was shocked. As she started to leave, the patient stopped her and said, "The nurse will come back soon. Hide under the bed." The police officer quickly hid under the bed. A few moments later, the nurse entered the room with a smile. She checked the drip and saw that it was off. She turned it back on and said, "This is the last drip of your life. After this, you will die." Then she left the room. The police officer heard everything. The patient quickly removed the IV line. The officer came out and said, "She really wants to kill you. We must do something." The patient and the police officer made a plan. After some time, the officer started shouting, "Doctor! Doctor!" The doctor rushed into the room and the nurse came in behind him. The officer said, "Doctor, please check the patient." The doctor checked the patient's pulse and said, "The patient has passed away." The officer acted surprised and said, "How is that possible? She was fine this morning." The doctor replied, "I checked her myself this morning. I am also shocked." The nurse smiled and said, "Doctor, relax. What had to happen has happened." She was even laughing. The doctor covered the patient's face with a sheet and left the room. The police officer pretended to cry. The nurse also left the room laughing. After some time, the nurse returned with the patient's husband. Both of them were smiling. It was the husband who had paid the nurse to kill his wife. The husband said, "I made so many plans and spent so much money to get rid of you. Finally, this plan worked. Now we are free from you." Suddenly, the sheet covering the bed moved. The police officer stood up from under it. The nurse and the husband were shocked and scared. The police officer said, "I heard everything you said. This was our plan, and it worked. Now both of you are caught." The nurse tried to run away, but at that moment, the doctor and the patient entered the room. The patient had already told the doctor the whole truth. The police officer arrested both the nurse and the husband. How did you like this story? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and follow.